Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of The Outer Worlds. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today, talking to Hortense Inglesby over here. Everybody has such weird names here in Byzantium, and I was just looking through my options, because last episode we ended on when she says, and here you are frolicking, and then all of these options are amazing. I love these options, they're so good. They're so good. This one is better than others. Frolicking? Guys, do I frolic?
I don't reckon so. Maybe she's talking about me? I mean, I'm definitely the greasy one.
Well, whatever you call it, do it elsewhere, and take your merry band with you. Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness.
What's wrong with more people coming to Byzantium?
What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse.
Ah, Byzantium, the pinnacle of meritocracy. I wonder if the game is gonna go in that direction. Early retirement? What's early retirement? I agree, no one should be handed anything.
Yes, thank you. Goodness, what's the system coming to when unkempt vagabonds are making more sense than the board itself? By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair?
Well, most contests have some inherent biases, so technically...
Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate this travesty, and you get paid to do so?
She's got a point. We're probably gonna get shot at anyway. Might as well make a few bits.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Or do you just keep them around as a mobile armrest? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to lend me your services. Aren't you?
Why would I ever help you with something so selfish?
Did you miss the part where I said I'd pay you? That's all the reason someone like you should require.
Well, it's not. Give me something better.
Better than money? Let's see, there's... No. The thrill of discovery. Like in an Aetherwave adventure. People love those, right? Don't you want to see what the retirement district is like?
I just want to see where this dialogue is going, honestly. But, fine, I'll do it. But not for the money.
Fantastic. Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs.
How did you get those access codes?
The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people. Bits might earn you a place in Byzantium, but that means everyone here has little need for more of them. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital. Now, do we have any further business, or are you just here for the repartee?
If the board isn't supposed to let people into the city, how did you get here?
I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see.
Wait, but what did you do to earn your place here?
I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them from him.
That was what I was mentioning about before, by the way. Inheriting bits isn't the same as earning them.
Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success, And success isn't given to you, it's earned. My grandfather taught me that. If you have wealth, you're successful, and if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple concept.
Yeah. I also wonder what a CIO is. That's Chief Officer, but for what? Information Officer? I don't actually know what a real-life CIO is. There's the Operational Officer, there's the Executive Officer, there's the Financial Officer. Those are the more common ones, but you can have a lot of different types. Let's ask that.
Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very long list.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Anybody that has ever worked with client work like this knows the pain. Oh my god, and I don't even know it all that well, because I got out of that as fast as I could, as I expect everybody who has ever worked with client work like this to have done as well, or try to anyway. Yeah, if you don't know what this is in reference to, yeah, so basically he is credited with the work of his team, when he basically is the one who picks among a very long list of work for font, apparently all custom made. I mean, maybe it isn't that. No, it's his development team. They made the font, right? Yeah, font development team. Right. So it's not even as simple as just picking a font on the word processing thing, which would be ridiculous. And for a moment I thought it might have been that, but it isn't. So it's basically a commentary on how this actually happens in the real world, where you get your development team to do a bunch of concepts. Like, for example, in fashion, this happens a lot. I say fashion, but I mean just companies that sell clothes, not necessarily fashion design. Where, yeah, basically the development teams make a bunch of mock-ups, and then the higher-ups choose, and they get credited for the choice. It's not really, it's for the design, but they're not the ones who design it, because that's not how design works. Because, you know, you need to design. It's not just choosing. What other ideas did he come up with?
Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple ones. And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in a dream. He was a true visionary, so far ahead of his time.
I'm sure. I don't know the thing. I do know that purple doesn't exist in the rainbow. At least not the purple that is actually purple. There's violet, and violet is it violet? Yeah, violet is the middle way through between blue and red, and that exists. No, is it? No, wait, which one is it? I don't remember. Purple doesn't exist in the rainbow for... It's complicated. It's because... It's more or less because our eye see in 3 axes. So if you might have seen the color wheel, that doesn't actually exist in real life. Or I say real life. The colors don't exist in real life. It's only in our minds. But the light spectrum doesn't have a wheel. It's a spectrum that goes from short frequency to high frequency. So it's linear. Whereas our wheel, because it's 3, it's like a triangle, where you have the primary colors of red. Actually, our eyes see in red, green, and blue, right? Yes, those are the colors of our eyes that I see. And the thing is, the mixture between those 3, basically, if you spread a triangle across a line, there's one of the connections that doesn't work, because you'd need to go around the color in the middle, and that's purple. And that is indeed the mixture between red and blue. And red would be at this far side of the infrared. No, red is on this far side if you go for low frequency. And then the ultraviolets, which are the ones over there. And did you notice how I said ultraviolets? Violet exists. Purple is kind of similar to violet in some ways.
You're welcome.
Some people's eyes. In my eyes. Like that, for example, is purple. Violet... I don't actually know how to identify violet. I would say that's violet. That's purple. That's violet. See what I mean? Anyway, moving on. I'm bad at explaining color theory, mostly because I am bad at explaining. Also because I don't know color theory very well anyway. Restricted access. We do need to go there, don't we? I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here for Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
What was the minister expecting a delivery? Or, was the minister expecting a delivery?
Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
Farewell. Interesting. There's an optional as well for us to pick a delivery for HPS. So we're gonna come back later. We're gonna get in through the back. The vermin. No, actually, we can pick these up. They're not stealable or stolen. I never know how to pronounce it or how to say it in the first place. As I was saying last episode, we have buildings like these here in the city, the main city that I live next to here in Portugal. Googie architecture. A little bit of Gothic, though. Huh. I like the mixture. It's Leo Boyarski, all right. Seriously, this is like perfect Leo Boyarski. Or typical, I would say.
I think I figured out what you need.
Besides a smoke and some privacy?
Our crew's like a machine. All the parts got to work together or we'll shake ourselves to pieces.
I've never been good with metaphors, Parvati.
We need each other
Again.
to work right. You need a team, and I need someone who'll be truthful with me. Even when it hurts.
The only thing I need is people staying the hell out of my business.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here.
You're acting real funny. You drop a wrench on your head or something?
That wasn't a metaphor, Ellie. That was a comparison. She said, like a machine. And then immediately she uses a metaphor in her own speech. Not the wrench bit. What was it? Her previous line before that was definitely a metaphor. Oh, Ellie. Was it Ellie, or is it even a different game that I keep... It is this game, isn't it? That I keep saying, correcting the characters about metaphors. And I think it is Ellie, isn't it? Ellie keeps mentioning metaphors, and it's not. If you say like, I suppose it's technically possible for you to do a metaphor with the word like, but you wouldn't do that normally. But if you say like, it probably is a comparison. Metaphor is something like, I don't know. I'm so small in this city. That's not really a metaphor. I can there's like common words and common expressions that we say every day that are metaphors, and they don't feel like metaphor. Or we don't think of them as metaphors because they are so common. But I'll try to keep an eye on that for characters. Excuse me.
Ellie, we gotta talk.
My second least favorite set of 4 words. Here we go.
You gotta stop treating me with kid gloves.
Metaphor.
I'm not gonna fall to pieces if you look at me sideways, and I'm not going away. It's fine if you don't like me,
Also
but
metaphor.
we gotta find a way to work together. For the crew.
Never heard you sound this forceful. It's
Metaphor.
refreshing.
Also metaphor. 2 metaphors on one of her lines and 2 metaphors in both of her lines. You see what I mean? Forceful and... actually, forceful it isn't. Refreshing is, for sure. Because it's a metaphor for actually being refreshed. The forceful, it's just figurative. You can say figurative things that are not metaphors. We just found the States District. I'm loving this exploration. Also nitpicking. I'm loving nitpicking. Didn't we come over here before? Excuse me.
Someone needs to teach those iconoclasts a lesson for what they did to our gunship.
Huh. Sure they do. I don't know what gunship they're talking about, but iconoclasts. Wait. Oh, right. Wait, what? That was the iconoclasts? It wasn't. How do you know about that either? That was that big climax in the place that we were at. I'm lost again, by the way. That's just how it is.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? industrial-grade cleaning solvent in desperation.
Byzantium Estates. I don't actually... I need to look at your quest marker, I suppose. No, it's not here. I don't have that quest selected. Fenhill Estate. That's where we're going. Well, ain't this a pretty place? I mean, it needs a little bit of a scrubbing, but we can pretend that it's not, because it's that old thing that I was talking about. That clean things look bad in video games. Look at that. Look at that post over there. Maybe it's been cleaned too much. The marble is perfect, though. They don't mind if I just barge in, do they? Also, I don't have any bad clothes, but I suppose it's gonna be fine. I don't expect that to actually be more than flavor text what she asked of us. And yes, I'm taking all of her stuff. I suppose that's bad behavior. A very glossy... What is this? Why is it so glossy? Also, is it that an actual reflection? No. What is that technique? You see how the reflection bugs out over there? At the very top? You see that? The reason why that is because of screen space reflections being used. But that one is not a screen space reflection. It's being reflected off of that. So it's a mixture of techniques. Good job. Good job, whoever designed that. I don't know anything about engine design, graphical design, and whatnot. Or, actually, that's not graphical design. Graphic engine design, for sure. Where are we supposed to go, Ellie?
Something on your mind?
Are we in the wrong place? I think we're in the wrong place. Maybe. Or is that the door? It is not the door. Oh. I think that's your folks. Hello, everybody.
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spit on the floor. Fancy place you got here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. I'll probably be taking a few things with me. I have already.
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Oh yeah. The theft, vandalism, profanity, you name it. We've done it at least twice.
Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
Don't treat her like that. She's come a long way to see you.
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so it's not like we went out of our way.
I mean...
But you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
What is hooch? Google. What the heck is hooch? I am very confused. Let me say. Let me click on the right buttons here. Hooch. No, not hoots. Okay, I'll look into that. That is not a word that I am accustomed to hearing in that context. Hold up. These floors aren't just nice, they're top quality marble.
She's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
Don't sound so disappointed about it.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
Talk about lemon slap out of lemons. Or making lemon slap out of lemons.
What vulgar company you keep,
No lemons.
Marilyn.
I don't know what I said.
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
I love that they use the word necessities. Yeah, that's all that toilet paper. That joke doesn't work. That you need to look at when this video goes up to figure it out. If you're watching this in the future, or maybe you don't, and the world has gone even worse than I expect. So tell them Ellie's back. You'll be the talk of town.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
Why not?
The neighbors would talk, and not in a good way.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
I'm not gonna say anything this time.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
You people should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, we're trying to avoid further embarrassment.
I'm afraid it would cause quite a stir if the neighbors saw you two stomping about.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
This is obviously tremendously bad and traumatic, I'm sure, maybe, for a normal person. I don't know if Ellie... I see a normal person in a normal family. I'm not sure if that's the case for Ellie. Meanwhile, I'm thinking what Ellie was trying to do, you know, causing a scene, specifically with me, here, when I came in. I think she wanted to get back on her parent... Get back... How do you say that in English? You know, it's like vengeance. There's a word for it with get back to. I don't know what the preposition is. But still, she wanted vengeance on her parents. So I'm still going with that. I think that's that's where she wants to go. I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Really? You're just gonna... That's weird. That's weird, isn't it? Can I take your stuff?
What do you think you're doing?
I'm drinking your hooch. Whatever I want. See? Oh, maybe I want to talk to you.
Let's just put this unpleasantness behind us.
Oh, could you please leave quietly now?
Huh. I am surprised. I am surprised at Ellie's attitude here. Let's leave. I mean, it's not like we have another option there.
Can we talk?
Yeah, we can.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
I can't believe them, but I also can't believe you, to be honest. However, we're out of time for the day, so we're gonna see what she's up to in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been The Outer Worlds. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.